So we had two of probably, well, actually, let me just put it this way. We probably had like the most hyped weekend for music releases in a while. I mean, we had a new Clipse album, which is the first Clipse album in a while. Actually, more than a while. I want to say it's been over 20 years. Has it been over 20 years? No. No, it couldn't have been. Maybe 10. Not 20. It's 10. 10 years. And Jack Boys 2. Now, I will say this is definitely the better album of the two. I don't think that's a hot take. I don't necessarily think it's better by a lot, like a big margin as people are saying. I do think it's definitely considerably better, but like this is a better album, but I don't know. Like the music that I listen to and replayability for me is a humongous part of my enjoyment of a project. Like the amount of times lost my voice, that I can actually go back and really listen to a record. And this is one that I'm not really going to go back and revisit a lot, to be fair, because I don't know, it's just not the type of music that I am normally in the mood for. And normally I'm in the mood for something more akin to Jack Boys 2. But I'll get into that album next video. It's probably going to be tomorrow's video. Because I do have my problems with that project. I overall liked it, spoiler alert, but like, it has problems, and I'll get to those. But to go ahead and start off, I really do think we should put Pharrell in some definite conversations, because his production throughout this album is genuinely amazing. The So Be It beat is insane. Like, I love it. It is so good. It's not even like, it doesn't even seem like that complicated of a beat. Like, it just like, it's sort of like, it's kind of like simplistic almost. It sounds like it should be in a horror movie. And then you've got Pusha and Malice, who just, the way they deliver like their words is so powerful. And this is like a compliment that I have for the entire project. Like, whenever these guys deliver stuff, it's like a punch in the gut. And that is what makes them so good. They might not be spitting bars every single line, but you know what they're saying. Like, you can feel it and they mean it. You know what I mean? Like, you can really believe every word they say. And that is fire. I love that about them, and I love that about this project. I think that's such a big highlight. But the production, like, through the whole course of it is really insane. And I actually forgot to pull up the Spotify page, or like, I forgot to have it open. Okay. And by the way, I'm not really a fan of John Legend, but I mean, it's okay in The Birds Don't Sing. The other contributions that you get from other rappers, Kendrick Lamar, Tyler Creator, and then I think the rest of it's just Pharrell, and then Abliva or Nas on Let God Sort 'Em Out Chandeliers is a great feature to put on there. But like, there was also like a lot of legal trouble when it came to what was the label? Was it Def Jam or whatever label? No, it wasn't Def Jam, was it? I don't really know the complexities of that. I don't know what labels all these guys are in or what they were in, but there was complication from like UMG or something like that, not letting Pusha T and Malice and Clipse like drop the song or drop this album because the song was on it for the Kendrick Lamar verse. I don't really know what was on there that like was warranted of being like, nah, we can't let the world hear that. I don't really know what the big deal was. I mean, don't get me wrong. Fire verse. Really good. But I don't think there was any, I mean, he didn't say anything crazy. And low key, from like that, knowing that they almost didn't let this drop, like Clipse had to go like independent or like sign a whole new deal to get this song out. I have no idea in the world why. Like, it almost like, I don't want to say it disappointed me, but it was almost like, dang, he really didn't even say anything that crazy. I thought I was going to hear that Kendrick Lamar and he was just going to start dissing everybody, saying the wildest things. And he kind of didn't. You know what I mean? I don't really know what was on there that was so crazy. But like I said, this album is so good based off just the rapping performances from the two alone. Another real quick feature. I know this isn't the main two, but Tyler, the Creator, does a great verse. I see a lot of people saying he's on there like dissing Playboi Carti a little bit, and I don't really know their situation. I don't know the situation. I'm not going to speak on it. I don't expect Playboi Carti to say anything back. I mean, I don't know why you would. Tyler, the Creator, is obviously a better lyricist than Playboi Carti. And I kind of have an issue with really good lyricists and like well-known, really good rappers going against people that, at least rapping talent-wise, going against them, because that's kind of crazy and a little bit of going below yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's on the So Be It song, which, by the way, I really like. But there's a Travis Scott diss on there that Pusha lays out, where I don't have the exact bar for bar on here, but it's obviously talking about Kylie Jenner leaving him and him crying about it, and Pusha being like, "Yeah, I got a video of it. You look at it and show everybody." And first of all, I think that's like really weird. Why recording someone crying like that? That's really weird. Like, and that alone, and obviously I do get like Push's stance where he was like, yeah, Travis played the Meltdown song and interrupted our studio session and didn't play the Drake verse. Now, I do know that the Drake verse was like a very, very late, like Meltdown almost wasn't on the album. And I actually, there's proof of this, the vinyl, and I actually can literally look at it as we speak because I own the vinyl. The vinyl has A instead of Meltdown, that Lil Uzi Vert song. So that is true. The Drake verse was sent in like very, very last minute. And maybe that could have affected the time to look at it and be like, hey, you know I kind of like, I want this Drake song from like to kind of ensure that I get a number one hit and maybe even a number one song. But, that just kind of didn't really happen. That might be just a crappy circumstance, might be a crappy situation. But also, that is kind of weird on Travis's part. You know what I'm saying? That's just my little take on it. I mean, I do think it's kind of weird, though, going against someone that you kind of know isn't really like that. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to diss on Travis, but I mean, do we really know anything about Travis Scott, like lyrical-wise? The best bar that I think that immediately comes to mind, and that's because probably like recency bias, I'm sure if I went out and listened I could find something else, is like, I'm all up in there, I'm in Tyson or something like that. I don't know how exactly that works or how that line goes. But come on now, man. It's Travis Scott. Lyrical wise, he really isn't going to do anything to hurt you. You know what I mean? And Pusha literally admitted to that. I don't know. I think that's kind of weird. And I'm not just saying that because Travis is one of my favorites. If he dissed like any other rapper that you can think of that isn't necessarily that lyrically like able to really compete with you in a rap battle, like 21 Savage. I mean, probably 21 Savage would do better than Travis Scott would, but like lyrical wise, do you really see like 21 Savage being able to go back and forth with a lyricist like Pusha T? I mean, I don't. I mean, could it happen and it'd be really cool? Yeah, but like, come on now. That's just like, it's just weird. Like, there don't need to be no back and forth. But anyway, that's enough. Back to the actual like album. I love a lot of this. I love Ace Trumpets. That was one of my noticeable favorites. MTBTTF is really good. I love like Pharrell Williams' like rapping parts too are all really good. Inglorious Bastards is one of my favorite songs on the project. I love that. Awesome title by the way too. I love the movie as well. Sorry, I'm like moving around a lot. I hope y'all can't hear it. Runtime on this too is really good. I definitely think this album would have been fine if it was like 15, 16, 17 songs and they were able to actually keep up like their rapping and the production was that good throughout the entire runtime of that 14 to 17. But also, why risk it? You know what I'm saying? Make sure you keep your quality over quantity. You know what I'm saying? 40 minutes, that's baller. I mean, obviously some of these songs are a little long. We're on like the 4-minute mark, you know what I'm saying? But like, besides that though, a lot of these are really good. These are really good songs. Like I said, the only real point that stops this from being a 10 out of 10 album is the fact I'm probably not going to go back to it that much. Because, like I'm saying, I'm not, the moods that I'm in just don't need it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, let's listen to that new Clipse. Like, obviously, I can listen to it and really enjoy it because I was in the mood to really enjoy it. I didn't want to listen to it trying to, like, listen to something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm in the mood to listen to Brent Faiyaz or like I'm in that type of, I'm in a Brent Faiyaz vibe. You know what I'm saying? Where we're like, oh, Brent Faiyaz would hit right now if he was on like the radio. I'm not going to be like, oh, but I got to listen to this new Clipse album and throw that on, because that's just going to make my listening experience worse. I was like, you know what? I'm in a good mood. I bet this would be a crazy album. Like, I bet this album's going to be crazy. Play it. And I was not disappointed. The album is crazy, but that is a mood that I'm not necessarily in that much. So I'm not going to go back to this record that much. I'm still going to give it a 9 out of 10, and I still think it's a really good album. But the only point I'm losing is just I'm not going to go back to it all that much. But really good album. Awesome. Hopefully it doesn't take too long for another Clipse album again. If you made it to the end of the video, then I greatly appreciate it. If you want to see the videos early, go hit up the Patreon. Obviously subscribe, hit that like button and stuff like that if you want to keep seeing more. Something else too, I literally just dropped a song, so I think you should go listen to it as we speak right very freaking fracking now. Go listen to it. I love you guys. Hope you're having a good day.